Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today, we're making stuffed peppers.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Stuffed peppers is one of those delicious, I think, fly under the radar recipes that a lot of people don't think of. It's super healthy, it's pretty easy, it freezes great if you're doing once a month cooking, and it gets lots of veggies in you, and it's family friendly. So we're gonna get started. So you want a very large skillet, preferably one that has a lid on it, because we're gonna cook rice in this the skillet. But we're gonna start out with a ½ pound of beef and a ½ pound of Italian sausage. And if you want to make it spicy, go ahead. So I'm gonna just use my chopper and get that chopped up. We're gonna add some onion to this here. All right, so as that's browning, let's go back over and cut up some onion. All right, so we've got 4 green peppers and they're all washed, and make sure your stickers are off. My stickers almost wouldn't come off today. So I've got ½ an onion or a small onion. We're just gonna chop it up and we're gonna stick it in with the sausage and hamburger mixture. Get that all nice and brown. So right now we are working on the stuffing for the peppers. All right, so I'm just gonna take this, pop this in with the, pop that in there, get that browning. When this is browning, you'll also want to get a large stock pot of water because we're going to blanch our peppers in those. This step is optional, but I think it helps out a lot. All right, well that is browning. I'm also going to add some garlic to this. We're going to get that all seasoned up. So I'd say a good head. I mean, we're good garlic lovers, so if you want to add more, you can. And then just normal salt and pepper to taste. And if you don't have one of these, I don't think they're called like a chop and stir. I got mine from Pepper Chef. It is a lifesaver when you're making ground meat mixtures. I highly recommend it. And as always, I will leave the recipe in the description below. If you're new, I say welcome. I know I always forget to tell you that the recipe is in the description below, but it is everywhere. Okay, let's let that sit and simmer and get nice and brown. And we're gonna add some more goodies to it here in a second. Turn that up just a skosh. All right, so let's get our peppers prepared. All right, so like I said, I have 4 green peppers. I have used red, orange, yellow, and green. All of them are delicious. And there's actually 2 ways you can prepare this. Lop off the top like this. And I just take a spoon and we're gonna get all the stuff out the middle, all the veins and the seeds, just clean them out good. Usually I do this over the garbage disposal, but
You heard Dad.
yeah, he did. Here comes the pepper taster. So you just want to scrape all those veins out with a spoon like that. So you can stuff them this way, and then all these extra parts, pop this out, and then we're going to actually chop this up and put it into our meat mixture. So if you do, last time I made this, I used all the colors of peppers, and it was so beautiful. So I'm just gonna throw these in here. Plus it adds a lot of extra flavor to your meat mixture. The other way to cut your peppers is just down the middle. And then still just take your spoon and scrape out the veins and the seeds. So you can't pop that out. These are juicy ones. And then they can just lay in there this way, or you can lay them in there this way. I know in previous times that I've had this, it's more, whoop, Spanish rice style, and this is more spaghetti marinara sauce without the Spanish. I don't know. What would you, not sure how I would explain it. I don't know. I like this recipe a lot, or I wouldn't be sharing it with you. Just good. I'm not going to worry too much about those because we are going to blanch them. I like a softer pepper with a little bit of tooth. If you don't, if you want a super crunchy pepper and have more texture to your pepper, you don't have to blanch them, but I sure like it. All right, now that we've got our peppers cleaned, my pot of water is boiling. I hear it over there. So let's head over with all of our peppers. We're going to stick them in some boiling water for about 5 minutes and blanch them. Okay, so this is just plain old water. You don't want any salt or anything on it. And I just stick them in and make sure that there's water in the cavity if you're cutting the top off. If not, you can just set the others in. Remember, we're just blanching them. We're going to take that hard, harsh crunch off of them and make them a little softer. Stuff one more in there. I think I can. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes and let those sit and blanch. And as that is blanching, we're going to come back to our hamburger mixture. I'm going to add a whole bunch more goodies to this. Make sure your meat and your sausage is really well like crumbled up in there. That looks really good. All right, so now we are going to add a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, juice and all. And of your favorite marinara sauce, we're going to put a half a cup of that in there. I'm going to put a, how much of this? A tablespoon. I'm just going to eyeball it. Tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And then a half a cup of plain old white rice. Put that in there. Now we want to make sure that our rice has enough liquid in there, so we're going to add about another 1 1/4 cups of water. So we're going to cook the rice in that broth for about 20 minutes. So give it a good stir once you get your marinara and Worcestershire sauce in there. Oh, that smells good already. And that Italian sausage adds so much flavor to these. It's probably why I like it so much. All right, and we're going to put a lid on it. And I need another timer. Did I do the... So we're going to set your timer for 20 minutes and let the rice and everything, as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to bring it down to a simmer. And then we'll be ready for that. We've got 2 minutes left on our blanching of our peppers. So those are just hanging out, having a nice swim, turning nice bright green. All right, there's our timer for our blanching peppers. Just want to carefully take them out of here. Make sure you get all the water out of them. And if you didn't get any seeds out the first time, they'll all get washed out when you blanch them. Like I said, this is totally optional, but I like the outcome at the end with them. Woo! That is my fear, to like splash boiling water in my face. All right, so let's head back to the island and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now that we've got your peppers all blanched, I'm gonna move them off of here. I'm just gonna put them back on my cutting board because it's sitting right here. We're gonna get them ready for the stuffing. Hopefully I won't pick any more. All right, so I've got my favorite marinara. We're going to put about 1.5 cups in the bottom. Just kind of eyeball it. Shake it. Okay, and then we're going to put the peppers back in there. Get them ready to load up with all the stuffing we just made. Okay, so as soon as the rice and the hamburger mixture is ready, we'll be back. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes, actually a little over. Look at this delicious sauce stuffing. Woo! Give it a good stir. You want to make sure that your rice is fluffy. It is going to bake in the oven for a little bit longer, so it's not quite done. That would be okay, but make sure you cook it for 20 minutes over here. You want to at least get it like 90% cooked. All right, that looks terrific. So we're going to go ahead and move back over to the island, and we're going to stuff our peppers. Man, this smells so amazing. Okay, so you've got your peppers swimming in some marinara. We're just gonna spoon this in to each of the pepper halves. Believe me, these are gonna be full to the brim by the time we're done. So make sure you get it in all the little nooks of the pepper, kind of get it packed in there, because this adds so much flavor and deliciousness is when it bakes. Steaming up my glasses. This is also a great gluten-free dinner. And I just really pile it on these. You can also totally top this with cheese if you want. If you have extra stuffing, which you do, I just keep piling it over all of it. There we go. So I hope you preheated your oven to 350 while your rice was simmering. My timer, my temperature beeper just went off, so it is up to temperature. We're gonna bake these uncovered for about 35 minutes. Well, or do we wanna cover them? Yeah. I'm gonna do uncovered. If they're getting brown or it looks like they're drying out, you'll definitely want to cover them. But let's get them in a 350-degree oven for about 35 minutes. Ooh. Yum. I swear I covered them last time. And I forgot to tell them to put a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in too.
What? All right, this is audio part 3. Oopsie magoopsie, we forgot the foil. Also the Italian spices or whatever. I don't know what she's gonna say. We'll see, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, here we go.
All right, so one thing I do wanna do is cover those in foil so they get nice and steamy and the pepper gets a little softer and all the moisture stays in there to make sure your rice is cooked all the way. So I am gonna cover them with foil. See if I can do this without having my camera. With mittens, and I think that'll do. Okay, there we go.
Fixed.
Back in there. And we'll be back. That was our timer. Let's check it out. See how they look. Oh, see, those look really nice and soft. You can see how wrinkly it is on the side. We know that they're done, so let's go ahead and pull them out. My gosh, you guys smell this. These smell so delicious. Yum. Now, if you want to add cheese, I would pull the foil off, put cheese all over this, and then put it in for another 10 minutes or just until all of the cheese is melted and ooey and gooey. And also, I think I told you you could use it for a freezer meal. You totally can. I would not bake it, so assemble everything and then just put it in a freezer container with a lid and then put the baking instructions on it. So that's how you would do that. So let's see if I can get one out of here. They come out so nice. And I should have got me a fork and a spoon. And then grab some of the sauce on the bottom if you want to drizzle it on there. Yum. Hang on, let me get a fork and knife. We'll cut into this. This looks so amazing. And boy, when I pulled it out, I can't believe how heavy it was. So the pepper still has a little tooth to it, but it is not crunchy like you would. Let me get all my stuffing. Oh, Denver herd pepper. Mom doesn't have any snack for you.
Don't burn your nose off.
You will. I'm going to move it up so he doesn't hit it with his nose. Go to your spot. Good job. This is going to be molten lava hot, so let's see if I can't cool it off. I'm so scared it's going to be hot. gosh.
Yeah, why would you want to bite it so soon? It's just out of the oven. Like, literally, you're going to light your whole face on fire.
Well, yeah.
You want to taste anything else the rest of the day? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Man, that's delicious. I love blanching the peppers for that 5 minutes. They're just tender. And they still have a little tooth to them, but they're not super crunchy that they would be if you didn't blanch them. So I would do that. And one thing I didn't show you when the camera's cut when we were cooking the rice in the meat mixture, I did add a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I will put that in the description below because that adds a lot of delicious flavor to it. So there's a couple real life mistakes here just because we're real people shooting live video for YouTube. So don't think that I have my life together and all these are perfect because there are so many bloopers. If you watch my videos, you'll see all the bloopers at the end. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications. I thank you again for joining me in my kitchen today, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Hey, look at the man.
Okay. Eat a man.
Is that door shut?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, I finally got one right.
Good job.
Are we going over there?
Yep. All right, so I've got a large...
Okay, you have to look there.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm used to that one.
I know. It's been years.
1 more minute.
1 minute later.
It just squirted me in the face.
Dude, oh man.
Woo!
Oh my heavens.
Gonna taste good, I know.